Okay, we are live, and today is an exciting day because we have a very different sort of course for you today that was just released. That's on a topic that a lot of people requested, but I was a little hesitant about because it's about vision boards. And I always thought that those sorts of things were very woo woo and out there, and I'm a very down to earth, practical sort of person. So, and I'm also not very good with arts and crafts. I avoided those things in school. Anything where you had to like take a picture and clip things and paste things and whatnot is not me. So, but I was convinced to do it. And after doing a little bit of research and listening to my instructional designer and Sarah and others and watching some videos, I thought, wow, this is really powerful stuff. And lots of entrepreneurs who are practical, like me, use them. And they've said it's had a huge impact on their success. And athletes do this sort of thing because you're using visualization in the process, visualizing the outcome, and it kind of trains your brain to be moving towards that, even if it's subconscious. And there's neuroscience behind it about, is it neuroplasticity and rewiring your brain and all that kind of stuff. But what it comes down to is that it works. And Sarah, I know you like vision boards quite a lot as well. And didn't you
Yeah,
say you use it with your daughters
yeah,
too?
we do them New Year's Day. We actually get a photo frame, so we don't have a piece of card. We get a photo frame, and we put on it things that we want to achieve for the next year. And for myself and Kevin, it's obviously business things. But for the girls, it varies from roller skates to martial arts skis, symbolizing things. And the last one we did, because we didn't actually do one at the beginning of the year, um, my youngest daughter put on Australia on her vision board. It was like a giant map of Australia because she's determined to go there. And when we were looking at what films we were going to watch and all of that, we found the Australia movie with Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman. So we watched that too. So it was a really fun thing because she's like, I can't believe it. I put Australia on my vision board, and half an hour later, it's in the lounge. We're watching it on TV. So it's a fun thing, and we like to do it, like we say, with the family. And it also, for them as they've got older, it's the fun side of business.
Mm-hmm.
It's the part where you talk about your future dreams and your future goals, and it doesn't have to be for business. So if you're watching this and your business isn't business coaching or marketing, you do something else. Maybe you run a knitting club. Vision boards still work for that too. It's something that can be applied to just about anything that you offer business wise, or any kind of hobby or interest that you have. Even if you're just writing a vision board and putting it together for the books that you plan to read for the next year, you're focusing your intention. And that's the really fun part about it, is you're focusing your intentions without actually having to sit down and think, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? It's in the back of your mind.
And just commenting real quick, if you guys have ever used a board before, would love to hear it, and just pop your comments in the
Mm.
chat and how that's worked out for you, what you used it for. Did you use it for your whole life, for business, for personal? In one of the videos that I watched, uh, I think it was Lily Singh said, or maybe it was someone else said, there should only be one board that's for your personal and professional life,
Mm.
that you don't separate them. You have one that you kind of keep up on the wall and you're always looking at. Jane, you asked where is this going to be streamed that we're watching right now? I'm hoping you're seeing this now. It's on several places, on our page, in our customer group, in our affiliate group, in the community, and on YouTube. So you should be able to see it. If not, there is the replay as well afterwards. But if anyone has questions, make sure you pop them into the chat. We should be able to see them. If you're in one of the groups, you may have to go and approve so that we can see on StreamYard. There should be a link. Okay, Jane says, yes, you did. You had to click to press play. Yeah, okay. Facebook.
You're here now, Jane. That's the main thing. You're here now.
Yes, good. Okay, so moving on. I'd love to hear if you've used visions boards before. Pop something in the chat. We will start going through the course itself and open up some of the materials so we can show you and answer questions as we go and show you some of the goodies in the expansion pack and the bonuses and all that fun stuff. All right. And as usual, Sarah, why don't you tell me first? I'm going to switch and share my screen.
Cheat sheet, please, Sharon. Cheat sheet. You know you've got me into them. I have
Can I hide the URL, you guys? Because this should be pretty straightforward. It's contentsparks.com/vision boards, all one word. So that's where the sales page is. And I'll pop that up again later, but I want to hide it so that you can see what I open up here. And you like to open the cheat sheet. I like to open the action guide, but I'll let you have the guide.
You've convinced me it's the big view.
The overview one?
No, you've convinced me that everything is on the cheat sheet and how powerful it is. So now I have to have the cheat sheet first. For me, it was always the slides first. Yeah. But now
Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. So we've got the cheat sheet doesn't have a table of contents because
it's a cheat sheet.
What?
Because it's the cheat sheet.
Yep. So the point of the cheat sheet, and I am echoing out of your speakers a little bit, Sarah, so you might want to mute while I'm talking, if that's okay. But, remember to unmute. So anyway, the whole point of the cheat sheet is, number one, it gives you an overview of the whole course in a very shortened format. So for instance, you can see that the introduction is just a couple pages. And then I'm going to just flip through it, you'll see module 1. It's just a couple pages. So this is an outline, and it serves several purposes. Number one, for your students, it gives them a quick way to refer back. So it's like a Cliff Notes, as we'd call it in the US. It's the shortened version. So if they've gone through the course, say you only have it as video, which is possible if you want to release it as a quick minimum viable course to get it out there. You might not be sharing the course book right away. You might just use the slides and do video. You could also have the cheat sheet as a reminder of what was covered in the video. And what I like to do, I have it all in one document for you so that you can go through and read through quickly the whole thing and make any other edits, and add your branding. And then I would break it up so that each module, each lesson has its own little cheat sheet as a PDF. And it has the action steps. You can see module 2, we've got those couple of things. Module 3 is divided up into lessons because it's how to create the vision board. So the first thing everyone does is visualization. So there's a relaxation process. There's a couple different ways to visualize what you want your outcomes to be, what you want your life, your business to be in there. So there are a couple different things in here: movie preview, guided process. And so that one's a little bit longer because that takes a little bit longer to do. And then you go into the next lesson, build your board. You can see that's several pages as well. And then there's the conclusion. So these are all the overview that you can go through and get that big picture of the course. Well, it's not that big a picture, but it's the outline of the course. And just a note on the visualization one, not to jump around too much. There are 2 in here. There's a relaxation and then there's 2 visualizations. In the expansion pack, there are more. There are 5 different ones. So this is kind of the minimum amount, and we don't want to overload you in the course because you don't want your course to be overwhelming for your students. But then if you want extra visualizations, they are in the expansion pack. And I can open that up a little bit later as well in here if you want to take a look at it. And one thing that Sarah, you suggested, which was a great idea for using these visualizations, is to record them yourself. So when you do any editing on the course, one thing that really adds some value is for you to take these out, record your voice, or you could get a professional voiceover person. There are tons on Fiverr elsewhere. Somebody, if you don't like the sound of your voice and you want something else, and then add some background music. So make it an audio. You can use Audacity for free and then edit something in. Sarah, what do you use for background music and for recording these things, and for editing them? I use Audacity, but
I give them to Kevin and get him to do it in Camtasia. But the way I tend to do it myself is I record it on Zoom, so I'm on camera, and I play it in the background and speak over it. So my voice is the dominant sound, but you can hear the music in the background. And for me, that works really well because you want somebody to focus on your voice, but you also need a bit of the music to be the ambient noise to shut out what the dog's doing, what the kids are doing, what everybody else is doing around them. So they need to just sort of relax and chill. And if you've got the music in the background and it's not over your voice, it's not really, really loud. Oh, you can tell the dog's home. She's like, yeah, mum, tell him. And I find that works really well because I can be doing something and she can go off like that, let everybody know she's back home. And because the music is in the background, it's the bark of the dog is less and it's less distracting. So I like to have the music in the background of the meditations. And if you get the expansion pack, you'll find there's different types of meditations. There's one for confidence. So you might want to find a little bit of music that's quite upbeat. And Sharon's getting them open now so you can see. There's the confidence. What else is there?
Well, there's a relaxation one with instructions. There's confidence, which is called the moving walkway. So that's that visualization. And there's some worksheets to put your notes down right afterwards so you don't forget.
Yeah.
There's also, sorry, this was the cheat sheet. I'm closing up the cheat sheet. There's business success, prosperity, your life purpose, and your future vision. So vision of your future.
You can match the music to the specific pieces. If you want something prosperity, you might want something quite uplifting, or you might want something with coins chinking. I don't know. It depends what sort of feel you're going for. I actually quite like the weather music in the background with the sounds of water and the sounds of rain and things like that. I find that helps me relax and listening to what the person is saying. But you can find some really great pieces of music. Sharon found this Pixabay, and it's, I believe, /music. Yep. Pixabay.com /music/search/mood/relaxing. But I think if you typed in Pixabay music into the search engine, it will bring you up with the right place. Oh, Sharon's put the link in. Brilliant.
An error occurred. Wait a moment while we try again. Oh, good old Facebook. You know what it is? It'll only show comments and stuff, I think, on the page, not in the groups that I share too. So we've got pixabay.com/music/search/mood/relaxing.
Nice, easy. It just trips off the tongue.
Oh, yeah. I would shorten up that one if I were sharing it again. So let's see. There's Melody of Nature. Let me play that. Okay. Whatever
We can't
works
be
for
putting
you.
you to sleep on a live stream. Put some uplifting one. Press uplifting guitars.
Okay, let's acoustic. It's hard with the live stream going. Okay. That works a
Now
little. And you know what?
everybody's all woken
You could
up.
also, another idea that I just thought of is I don't know if you use Spotify, but you could create your own playlist on Spotify if your followers, your students use that, and just share that list and have them listen to that and just have your voice as the audio and give them a list of things that they could play in the background while you're talking if you don't want to go through the whole thing of recording the music and stuff. The other thing with recording anything like an audio, what some people do, a very low tech but effective way of recording, is to go into a closet. Go into your closet with your microphone and record. And you will have all that sound dampening around you, unless you have a really large closet with hardwood floors, which, you're still going to get some good sound dampening. Or you don't have enough clothes. That's a problem. So do that. And then you can also edit in something like Audacity, which is free. And add an extra track in there. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. Another thing is if you have something like this, StreamYard, it gives you now the recordings both in video and audio. So you could record on something like this and just download the audio file and edit it to get out music, get out background noise. So there are lots of different ways to do it, low tech, high tech, that you can do for those visualizations that are going to help.
We've got a question coming, Sharon, from Shireen. Hi, Shireen.
Sorry, I'm going back.
And she says, will this include the sales copy if we wanted to create our own lead page with the sales copywriting?
Okay, so I mentioned that expansion pack, right? So in the main course, you have what you need to deliver the course. All right. And then we create these expansion packs that have extras for you that are not essential, but nice add-ons. So once you add that to your cart, you're going to come up with a page with some suggestions. One of them is the expansion pack. And then there's also another thing we put on sale with that as something you can add to the course, Know Your Why. But in the expansion pack, we do have sales page copy. So I mentioned the 5 extra visualizations in there. There's a starting one on relaxation, which you always have to do. And then the 5 on confidence, success, prosperity, life purpose, future vision. There's a Canva template, which I can also show you, which is a nice alternative for people who want something more digital, because usually with vision boards, people want something physical. That's what the most vision board experts recommend, is you make it physical. You sit there and you can, if you have a color printer, which is ideal, you print out all different pictures and cut them out and paste them on a great big foam board and put it where you're going to see it. So I can show you that. And then there's that sales page copy that we were talking about. And that is like what we've done in as some other bonuses and stuff here. Where is it? I'll show you what it looks like. It's in the expansion pack in a separate folder. And it is here. So it looks like this. There's the things in red are things that you're going to edit. Obviously, you want to edit anything to sound like you and to fit your audience. So there's a couple different sample headlines you would want to tweak for your audience. There's adding your story about vision boards. If you don't have a story about vision boards to add to your sales page, do the course yourself. Create your vision board. What did you feel like when you did that? Try one of the visualizations. What were the results? What does your board look like? So there's all sorts of things that you can share there. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to wait a year to see the results from your vision board. You just want to go through the process and see what it feels like and how confident, motivated, focused you are, even a week later. So you are going to get those results just from going through the process of the vision board. So you can tell your own story there, add in the details about your course, why you created the course, so what results, what benefits, your reasoning. So there's lots of places to edit, make it sound like you. You never want to use one of these done for you sales pages as is, or I say this over and over, bears repeating again. Make it your own, because otherwise it's not going to sell. It's you that people are buying when they enroll in a course. It doesn't matter. You're buying a license to the material, which is all structured as a learning experience. We put in our instructional design experience and research and everything. But when you teach it, that's what people are enrolling for. That's what they're paying for. So talk about your experience, your stories, you're tailoring it to your audience as well. And you do the same with the sales page. Okay. I cannot say that often enough. All right. Anything to add on that, Sarah?
Yeah, I would say you can ask if you've got a community or LinkedIn or Facebook, wherever you're comfortable, you can say, what's the worst thing that happened when you created a vision board? And other people will come and tell you their horrible vision board stories. I accidentally stapled my finger to the vision board and things like that. So you can take other people's things and say, you don't want this to happen when you create your vision board, stapling your finger, the dog eating the glue, and all of the other things that they share with you. You can actually crowdsource some of the information of what goes wrong with vision boards. But as you're asking that, people will also tell you, gosh, I've never had anything go wrong with a vision board. I've always used XYZ. And you can say, by following our process, you'll find you won't have anything go wrong. So you'll know the pain points, even if you've never taught it to anyone yourself. But I do think Sharon's advice to make one yourself is really powerful, because it's only something that's going to take you a couple of hours, and it is good business fun. And if you've got a business bestie where you do things, get together and do it yourselves over lunch or over coffee. Take photos as you go through the process, and all of this makes good material on your sales page. You've got the bit where you're cutting out, and then you've got the finished product, and you can actually show that. And then you can impart your experiences from a great position, because you can say, I didn't want gold sparkles on my vision board. And a couple of years ago, I didn't buy any sparkly stuff to go on the vision boards. And the first words out of Kevin's mouth, my husband, was, "Where's the gold glitter?" He'd spent the last 8 years complaining about the gold glitter and it getting everywhere. That the year that I don't buy it, it's the first thing that he asks for. So you would know this when you sit and do your vision board with your business bestie, and my husband is my business bestie. So when you sit down and do them, you'll find that you have a great deal of fun, and you'll be able to complete this sales page really, really well. And as Sharon says, they're buying you and your experience. And if you've done it with somebody...
Oh, you just froze. Oh, that hasn't happened before. Okay.
You're taking photos, all of it becomes very easy. Am I back?
You're kind of back. Okay, now you're back. That was strange.
Now I'm back. Yeah.
Sort of.
So,
we were talking about gold glitter. So it would never even occur to me to use gold glitter.
what we like to do is, when we put the glue on something that's really important to us, we get some, we call it PVC glue, but it's like a liquid glue. And we outline the particular picture that is important to us, and then sprinkle the glitter on it, so it's got like a little glitter frame on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever works for you.
And the reason we
There
put
are
them
two
in,
girls in the house who probably love glitter, even though they're
yeah.
ninjas.
But it's so funny how everybody adapts to it because, like you say, we've got two girls, and when we first started doing this, they were 5 and 6. So it was for them very much like making a Christmas list, but in January. But as they've got older, there's become less glitter and there's become a whole lot more practical things on their vision boards.
Okay, yeah. Well, again, they're ninjas, so you
Mm.
can do whatever they want.
Yeah. And that started creeping in the last few years that they've done them. But before we got cut off, the reason that I was saying I did them in photo frames was we hang them in the hallway. So we walk past them every day.
Oh, yep. I didn't see those the last time I was there. You're going to point them out to me
Middle
next time.
floor. Middle floor.
Oh, you didn't let
Mm.
me up there.
No, I didn't let you in my office. I'm like, no, you're not coming in my office.
Next time. There are a couple examples in here, but you don't want to look at too many examples because it sways. I think it's going to influence people's thinking, just to give them a couple ideas. I'm just popping ahead in the notes. In the slideshow that you get as well. You can see it's very generic so that you can add your design to it. So there's the visualization process we talked about, a couple different guided visualizations in the course. And then one of the next lesson is on actually creating your board, building your board. So what you'll need, and it talks about some of these things. It does not list gold glitter. So I know you're going to customize this, Sarah, to
Oh,
add
yes.
that, but it talks about different boards, books and websites, magazines, photos. Again, in one of the videos that I watched on when we were doing research, she talks about having a color printer if you have one. I know not everybody does, but it's great to be able to print those out on, or you could, I'm sure there's other ways you could do it. You could save them and put them on a drive or something and go to your local print shop, Staples, whatever, Office Supply, and print them. But there's going to be a lot more when you go online to get images and stuff than if you're just looking at a magazine. Magazines can be a little limiting on the photos that they have. Whereas something like Pinterest, Instagram, you're going to get a lot more. Let's see, books, websites, 5 steps. So you take a mental inventory. This is all the 5 steps of actually building the board. And then you put everything together, you place the pictures. I wouldn't glue them down straight away. You want to organize it with most important things in the center and around it and get comfortable with what the layout is before you go sticking anything on. And then you stick them down with some glue. There's also some ideas for digital ones. Now, there are more examples in here. Lots of different examples. Okay, remember, if you put when you use these, make sure that you actually have the references, the source. So if you look for other vision boards as examples to put in and tailor this to your audience, again, make sure you have that source in there. And if you have your own, that's even better that you can share. So that I just wanted to show you, but I also want to show you the digital version we did.
Yeah, because one of the things that I found is when you offer people the materials, you always get one person that says, can I have a digital version for whatever reason? And it can be really frustrating, particularly when there's something so physical like this vision board here that we're creating. So I was really delighted to see the Canva templates, and Sharon's opening them up for you.
So when you get the expansion pack, you get those extra 5 guided visualizations, you get the sales page copy that you edit and customize like we were just talking about to make it your own. And then you get this digital vision board, which again, we use Canva. You can do the free Canva. I have the pro account because there are features in there that I like to have. It's not that expensive, but I find it's worth it. And then you'll get the links to those templates in a PDF. And what happens is you'll click on it. So there's three different Canva templates. One is for doing your vision board, a very simple one. And then there are two that are for phone wallpaper. So this is where people would put their kind of their summary of their vision board and be able to download it as an image and upload it to their phone as their background. So I'll show you that. We give you two different sizes. You can resize them. Everybody's phone is a different size, but usually they're relatively standard. The problem will be it might get cropped a bit when you put it. So most phones, you can do a home screen one and then a regular one for the background. Again, it depends on the phone. So when you click on it, the link, it's going to open up and say there's a template created by Sharon Sheldon. You can use the template. There's a little preview of it. And then it would open it up. You need to have a free or paid Canva account. I've opened them up already so that you can see them here. So this is the one I just clicked on, my big vision board. And what you'll get is several pages, several slides that are the same because you have different aspects. And then one where it's that summary of my big vision. So it's called my big vision board. Sarah, how would you use this personally?
So, I'm just checking to see if I'm muted. No, I'm not. So sometimes you want to focus on one specific thing. So you might want to have a board that focuses on health. So on here, I would write the word health and stick it across where that orange ribbon is. I would just do it so it had the word health. And now if it was my health I was focusing on, I would drop in a picture of me, but it might be the family health that I'm thinking about. So I would drop in a picture of the family. And Sharon's doing this as we speak. Wow, you're getting a real wonderful demo today, people. So the health, you'll have to put in a picture of you, Sharon.
Or just, I'm going to go into pictures, elements.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to put in health. Is that what we want to do?
Yep. So there's that nice picture of somebody working out by the beach. So I'll drop that onto one of the circles.
Oh, it was there. No, I don't want it in the background. There it is.
There it is. Yep. So that's it in there.
You can kind of play with this and adjust it.
And move it around. So for whoever I was focusing on, whether it was my health or the family's health, I would put that in there. And then I might be looking at another aspect of health. It might actually be running. So if you could type in running.
We didn't intend to do this, by the way. So this is all.
Yeah.
Oh, you could do it with the little digital one. Would that work? The running one, would that work?
Yeah, try it.
Come on. Why is it not going in? Oh, because I still have the other one. Hang on. I have the other one highlighted. I want to highlight this one. And let's see if that works. You have to just get it right, and it's not cooperating with me. Maybe it doesn't work with that one. Let's try a different one.
We can pop that photograph in.
Yeah.
There it is.
And you can make it bigger again. If you want to make any of these bigger, you just double click on it and then press enter. Okay, now what do you want?
I want trainers. Trainers? You can't run without trainers.
You mean sneakers?
That's the ones, sneakers.
You have to translate for whatever.
So that pink one, if you scroll down, that's it with a pink background. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. There we've got the trainers, the person running on a track, and they've got the nice background. What else do I want for my running?
Clothes, other workout clothes, no?
Yep, workout clothes.
Can
you click on photos at the top rather than that's it?
Okay. I'm not impressed with any of these. That's not really workout
What
clothes.
about the woman there with her thing that she's lifting up?
A barbell?
Yep, that's the
Do you
one.
need to be strong in order to be
Yep, pop
healthy?
her
Okay.
in. Yeah. So as you can see, it's not so much as going click, 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 done. You do have to explore. And
Oh, that's why, because I put in clothers. Sorry.
clothes.
All right, keep talking. I'm
Yeah.
working. I'm
So
just doing whatever you tell me to do right now.
as you can see, we're just chatting about health and running, but also I think about healthier foods. So maybe some salad and some fruit.
I'm going to say, oh, if I say protein, what's going to come up? Oh,
Oh, some
okay.
nice ones there. Pop them in.
I'm going to put this one in.
Oh, that looks really good, doesn't it? It's making
Yeah.
me belly get grumbly. Grumbly tummies. It's evening time here. So salmon and eggs, scrambled eggs with salmon in, is really appealing right now. And that's a great one because sleep is a big part of health.
It's kind of can't tell that she's sleeping though, can you?
No.
No.
But you can, if you want to add words to it, you can still add words. What about that one clutching the pillar?
Oh, there you go. That's not going to work out, I don't think.
Oh,
Ooh. Oh, do need to. Oh, that works. We do need a good background because you don't have to keep the board as a background. But what else do you need for your health? Um, Meditation or something is good for health, isn't it?
yep.
If anyone has ideas and you want me to look it up and add it in while we're going, that's perfectly fine too. Oh, I like this one with the light behind it.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
a
then what
nice
would you like as a background for
I'm
your
happy with
board?
that as a background, but can you move to the My Vision board, the big one, right at the very end, Sharon? Next one, that one. And
I
can you
better
put,
also save this as something else because
yeah,
I've just completely changed the one that we're using as a template.
oops. If
So
you
make
can
sure
grab
you make
that
a
picture,
copy. Make sure you make a copy of this first,
yeah.
okay?
If you can grab the picture of the guy with the light on it, because that one really is lovely. If
This
you
one?
can, yep, that one, and drop him in there. So when I look at that one, I'm just going to think health when I see that. Yeah. So
Let me see if I
even though
keep talking. I'm gonna
we're
hear
at the
you.
end of it, yeah, and we're focusing on all of the components like health, wealth, happiness, and all of those things, each board you'll have one image that really resonates and stands out for you, and that's what you bring over and put on your My Big Vision, something that represents each one of them. And you don't have to wait to the end, because as soon as I saw that, I knew that was the one that was going to resonate for me. So now while Sharon's clicking Control Z and undoing all of the images that she's just added in.
Oh, I'm gonna make a copy first.
Yeah.
So when you use this as a template, I would copy it first
Yeah.
so that, oh, it copied it. No, it didn't.
Yep.
I did it on I must have done the second slide. All right, now I'm going to go back. So you want to make a copy so that you don't end up doing what I just did, which is hopefully I can get it all back to where it was. Yeah, I
That's
think I
it.
did. Okay.
Remember to add your own branded logo so it doesn't say Content Sparks.
Yeah, you would just
And
delete
you
this.
will see that the little ribbons and the borders are Content Sparks branded colours. Remember to change those to fit your brand colours so that it represents your branding. And of course, when you give it to your audience, the chances are they're probably going to change it to colours that make them feel happier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So play with that and make sure you change it to whatever you want. Okay. All right. So I
And
hope you guys had fun with that. It was an unplanned little demo there, but that is the big vision board. And the other thing you're then going to do is when you have the wallpapers. So I mentioned that there were wallpapers. So here's one. This is for the iPhone 7, but it's a standard kind of size. There's 2 different sizes. You would want to do the same kind of thing and just tell people how to do this. So remember, you're going to brand the board with your branding. You can create an example of your own vision board in there to share with people. But then you want to take the one that has nothing in it and share it as a template like we're doing. So make a copy of it, name it with your name, your brand, all that different stuff, your logo. And then in Canva, you'll click on share. And then you won't share a link to edit. You'll share a link to use as a template. All right. You can't really see that on here, but I put it in the instructions in the PDF as well, I believe. So click the use the template button, and in the instructions it should say that.
Make a copy. What I will say to you is you will always have one person who's got a Nokia from 2005 wanting to know why they can't change the background. Right? You can't help that person, okay? They're just going to have to do the big one on Canva and be happy with it. If they've not got a phone that enables a background, that's not your fault, okay? And don't get hit up about that. But there is always somebody on some course somewhere that has got one of those very old phones. It may be a flip phone, and they'll say, I can't get it showing as my background. And the phone just doesn't have those capabilities. So don't get too stressed. They can still create something very nice with Canva, print it off, put it in a photo frame if they want, but they're just not going to have the wallpaper backgrounds. That requires a phone that's less than 5 years old, I should imagine.
You can resize. Is that only in the paid version of Canva?
It's only in the paid version.
Oh, okay. That's another reason I like it. But all right, let's go back and finish up with some of the preview stuff here. So we've gone through the course and some of the different pieces. I gave you a quick inside look at the PowerPoint and the cheat sheet. There are some other graphics and stuff in there that you'll see. There's kind of a snapshot on the sales page. Whoops, I just pressed something. There's a list of everything on here, an overview of the modules. You can kind of see in this GIF some of the things that you get, but it is all listed, what you get. And you'll see an overview graphic, which is useful as well. So kind of the road map of the course, all that fun stuff. So lots of stuff in there. If you're still on, if there's something specific you want me to open up, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, I want to show you the couple bonuses that you also get for just during the launch. So during the launch itself, there is a bonus checklist. So in the course, you get a checklist, a vision board checklist. It's in with the action guide. So that is in Word. All right. So you can see it's 2 pages, and these are all the things you want to make sure that you can give to people so that they're sure they're doing their vision board correctly and they've done everything. But as a bonus, we made that into a PowerPoint so that you can design it. There's just a generic one, where we put it into PowerPoint and you can apply your own design. It's 3 pages. Nice checklist. And in PowerPoint, it's just easier to change the design. And then we did do 3 different themes. So you can see either you can use one of these and just change the colors. This is a nice simple one with blue. And then you could change the color scheme. Where's my mouse gone? By going into design, and over on the right here, you click down and you click on colors, and you can pick a different color. Like, let me find one where it's obvious. And if you kind of see on there, it automatically changed all the colors. So you can do that with any of the designs. And you could also go into the master slide and add your logo or add other images in there. There's another, let's see the different themes. These are themes that are built into Office, into PowerPoint. So we kept it pretty simple. You can see that's another one with a bit more to it. Don't go too crazy with these with a lot of colors. Like I wouldn't make the whole background some color, because otherwise when people print it out to use as a checklist, if they have a color printer, it's going to use up all their ink. And if they don't, it's going to use up all their black ink and or it won't be easy to read. And the other one, let's just go to one more. Theme 3, I think, is also a more basic one with purple. Again, just change that color. All
That's
right.
really nice. I like the purple one. I might change it to blue, but I like the way it's all laid out with a bit down the side.
I think in this one, you might, let me try it in the design. You might have to go into the background slide, the master view, to change the color. Let me see. Oh, no,
Oh,
you can change it.
how easy that is. Isn't that lovely?
There you go.
Hey.
I don't like that color. I never like orange and stuff like that. I don't think the suggestions works on here. I didn't try that out. Let me try that too.
The other thing is, if you like what's on the Canva board, you can take one of those little hearts off where you've put your information on it, and you can save it and then upload it into PowerPoint and use it on there. So if you like those little heart-shaped things and you want to include those elements, you can put your image in it or your logo in it and then save it and then insert it as an image yourself. So you can make it all line up across Canva and across PowerPoint. I do believe if you've got the paid Canva, because of the settings the vision board is in, you can export it to PowerPoint. But don't buy it just for that thing, yeah, because it might not work that way.
Usually what happens with those things, this sort of thing, so
Yeah.
this sort of thing, is when you export it to PowerPoint, I believe it brings it up as a background.
Yeah.
So you could do some editing on top of it. Let me see. You can download as
Yeah, share to
PowerPoint.
Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you've got the paid version, you can do this.
I'm going to
But,
just do one page.
hmm.
Let's click it off and just do page 1. And I'm going to
While
download
you're
it.
doing that, Jane says, thank you and just purchased. Yay, welcome to the club, Jane. You're going to love the vision board. Crystal says, I have both a virtual and a physical vision board. She's a vision board junkie. That is a brilliant name for a course, vision board junkie. I can't wait to see if you sell that, Crystal. Tag me, because that is just an amazing name there, vision board junkie. I'm so excited at the thought of that.
So here I did export to PowerPoint. And if you can see, you can't, oh, I'm wrong. You can edit it. All right. This is great. This is good to know. So you can go in, you could do some basic editing to create a background for PowerPoint in Canva, export it to PowerPoint, and look, you now have something designed. Some of the things you can edit, some of them you can't. It looks like you can edit the shapes and the logo. And let me just go into View Master Slide Master, and see if anything can be done there. No, it did not add any of it into the master slide, so you could do something in there, but I don't know if you can change the background. Let me see. Format background. What if you did, so it looks like it did it as a picture, and I could change it to solid.
Oh,
So there you go.
yeah. So you've got extra options. If your audience don't quite resonate with Canva, and I know some of us have those people that just can't get on with it, you can export it into PowerPoint and they can do things like that. So it really is a nifty tool and it works for pretty much all audiences. I just love Canva so much. You know, they sent me an email the other day saying, thank you for being an early adopter. You've been with us since December 2012. And I'm like,
Wow.
oh, really? That long? You know, I've almost got grandchildren that age.
And they've changed so much during that time. So
They
that's really
have.
good thing. I love it when we go on these and we learn something as we go. So it used to be, I think, that when you exported to PowerPoint from Canva, you couldn't really edit much in PowerPoint, but it looks like they've upgraded that. So they do more and more in that. And again, I'm not sure about whether that works on the free and the paid. You'd have to test it out, but it's really good to know because sometimes PowerPoint can be a little bit limiting on the design and difficult to make really nice designs. So this way you could create your own. For instance, for that bonus checklist that you get, the vision board checklist you get when you purchase the course, the main course in the next week. It's not even a week, it's next Wednesday night, the 13th. Yes, the 13th at night, at midnight. You'll get that bonus checklist. And then there's the expansion pack, which has the guided visualizations and the digital vision board that I just showed you, and the sales page copy, which I showed you earlier. There are a couple bonuses for that too, but I suggest you just look at the sales page on that to get more details, because there's even a surprise one that you won't know about until you get both packs and you get an email with the bonus. So the bonuses will be an email. So that'll be a nice surprise for you. So hopefully that was really helpful for everyone. Crystal, like I'm looking forward to seeing yours, your vision board junkie, and maybe you can share some of those. Jane already got it, and I know lots of people have already jumped on it. So I can't wait to hear what everybody does, especially since I know there are most of our people work with small business owners and entrepreneurs. So some are creatives, but some aren't. So remember that a lot of the people who use these are not creatives, as we love to say. They're just regular business people doing business to business stuff, or maybe you could be teaching this for life, business. It all goes together. There is no demarcation line between the two. So when you do the vision boards and you're teaching it, make sure you cover that it's not just for business, right? Otherwise, people will just be focusing on business and not focusing on the rest of their life. Okay. All right, everybody. We're going to sign off now. Remember to put any other questions you have in the comments. That was the URL, contentsparks.com/vision boards. And looking forward to hearing from you all. All right. Take care now. Bye.